In today's video, I'm excited to share an interview that we had with one of our successful students, Felix. He actually recently just closed a deal with his digital real estate rental, local rental property for $500 per month. That's his $500 per month deal. And in this interview you're about to watch, I asked him some questions. He went through our training, implemented the 10-step system, and was able to close a deal for $500 per month. It just shows you the power of having a local digital real estate asset and finding the right person after getting some results. And I just wanted to share this interview. We're gonna jump on in it now. You're gonna see Felix and his story.
Hey, Felix. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay. I can hear you as
Yes,
well.
that's good.
How are you, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I appreciate you jumping on the call. And congratulations on your new addition to the family. I know you just had a baby, right?
Yes, I just did. Yeah,
Congratulations.
that's what's been keeping me really busy this weekend and all morning today.
Beautiful thing.
Yes,
So
it
I
is.
appreciate you jumping on the call. So the first thing, let's tell me a little bit about yourself, and especially, I know you're in our training now, but I just want to know a little bit about yourself, what you currently do. Do you have any internet experience?
Yes, so can you see me well? I don't
Yes,
know.
I can see you.
Yeah, okay, cool. So basically, before I started working online, I used to be a chemist.
Okay.
And I used to work in the oil industry. So life was really good and the money was really amazing. But then unfortunately I got laid off because of the oil prices. It fluctuated up and down. And then they keep most of the employees, a lot of people got laid off. So that didn't turn out well for me. And then a year after that, I decided to just go online and I started looking for, something to do, like some kind of marketing. Because me and some of my friends, we wanted to open up a company. So I was supposed to handle all the marketing. And then thankfully, while I was doing some research, I came across some other mentors online, people who teach others how to do internet marketing, how to build a brand. And that was in 2015,
Okay.
right? Yeah, so I started off really well, but then I got distracted, like many people in the industry, when you start with one thing, you see something else comes
Yeah.
along, you get distracted, and then you see others. So that was really bad, and I kept going in a loop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, from being laid off to find.
It's a common thing though, especially with internet marketing. Like the shiny object syndrome. You see one thing, then you see another thing, and you're jumping all over the place. And then there's a lot of different things. There's a lot of different opportunities out there as well. So it's definitely a common thing. And the one thing that I just want to make clear, because this video will be in different places, especially inside our group, because, a lot of people are inspired, especially when you're posting in the group. People always get inspired by that, get more motivated by it. So I thank you for that. And this is really talking about digital real estate, where we go over in our training, taking these small local digital properties and using them to rent out or sell the leads and making it pretty much a digital asset. So I just want to make that clear in case anyone's wondering what this is about. And Felix actually is one of the success stories that posted in our group, where I know you signed up a client for $500 per month, correct?
Yes, I did.
And I know that I could tell that you're hustling over there and you're working hard on all these different sites and stuff. So why don't you give us a little background on how you actually went about and like found that client and all that good stuff?
Okay. So the good thing is, like with this client, actually, a while back, I would say 2 years ago, somebody kind of brought up the idea of rank and rent to me, but then it didn't click in my head. I created up some business listings, and then the only thing that I really did was just create up citation, and the business listings that I created didn't really rank, right? Because I was missing some of the key elements that would have helped me push this listing all the way up where it's visible to many people. So basically, I kind of left that aside, got distracted again, and then earlier this year, that was when I was like, you know what? I really have to get serious, because I came across some of your videos, right? And
Yeah.
then I was listening to the things you're saying, how you talked about rank and rent, and everything was so clear the way you explained it. And then I was really impressed. I knew that that was the missing link on what I'd started earlier. So basically what I did is, I think was it January or February? That's when I signed up for your course. And I was really surprised that the price was so cheap. I think it's way too cheap and amazing.
So what do you think about the training material inside the course?
Yeah, training material is basically, I would say it's everything that anybody needs to know. Let's say from getting started on how to set up a website, to the mindset, to being able to get your website visible everywhere, right? So I think this training is one of the best. It's in depth, it's short, and it's precise and straight to the point. And it's very easy to follow, right? So that's why when I got started, I just jumped straight to the training. I just went step by step, created my first website, and then I used the business listing that I created a while back, right? And then I put that website that I created on and did some citations, did on-page optimization, basically everything that you explained in the training. I just implemented most of it, and yeah, it turned out well.
So you had this person who's going to rent the site from you already kind of a relationship with them, and what, you just reached back out to them, or is this somebody that's new that you reached out to? Was it a cold call? How did you actually get the ear of them to listen to you?
Actually, this is one of the guys that I sent an email a while back, right? I was sending out emails to so many people, and then he's one of the people who responded to me just from a cold email, and then we jumped on a phone call.
Excellent.
Because at the time I wanted to do some paid advertisement for him, but then I didn't have the proper skills. So I ran a few advertisements. It didn't turn out well. But then after having set up the rank and run, it's like once you're visible, like the calls keep coming, right? So that's the good thing. So after that, I just kind of reached out to him again. I said, okay, I have this website that is beginning to rank. I'm getting calls. So I wanted him to just kind of pay X amount for this many calls. And he was impressed the other month when I sent him that message, and he's seen the calls coming in. Yeah, so from a cold email, we jumped on the phone, and then I set him up. So that's how I got him.
And you have everything pretty much set up pretty quickly. So you have the call tracking set up, all of that stuff, so you know exactly what calls are coming in. That's all tracked, correct?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I do.
So for some of the students or people who are about to join, because we're having a lot of people come in, and there's also a lot of students that ask a lot of questions, what would be your two biggest tips for them as far as the training goes, as far as maybe getting clients? What would you give them as two major tips that you think would give them a little bit of a breakthrough?
The biggest tip I would say is just stick to the steps, right? Because the step you already laid out in the training is like the blueprint to get your site ranking, right? So the first thing is just stick to the step, follow the training, and then just implement everything, right? Because a lot of times, sometimes when we get like courses, we want to rush through it and just like jump around, right? But if you follow the steps and just stick to what you train, then you'll be able to get the maximum result from that, right? That's the first thing I'll say. And then the second thing I would say is just having that mindset and being able to believe, right? Just believe that you can do it, because obviously it's a slow process. It might take some time. So being patient is really, really important. That's the other thing. And then the absolute last thing I'll say is that you wanna, in terms of reaching out to client, like to get a client, it's one of the hardest things that you can do, right? But what I've seen is like once you have the phone calls coming in, you can just reach out to a client and say, okay, I already have these calls coming. But if you still don't have the phone calls coming and you still don't have the business listing, but you have that mindset and that belief that, okay, this process that, James and Alvin laid out works, you can just go out there, tell them, okay, guys, you have a business and I have the skill. I want to do this for you, right? So just constantly reaching out, send out emails. A while back, I also did like cold calls, right? Like just jumped on the phone, try to call people. That one actually works too. But what I found out right now, this very moment, is that like once you have your website ranking, the phone calls are coming, then it's a lot easier to impress a client just by the calls, because it's the results that impresses them.
Yeah, and that's what makes this, listen, there, like you said, there's work. There's work. You have to have the mindset of sticking to it. That's why we also built in a checklist, because I know a lot of people like to skip through. They try to rush through everything. So taking your time and building it step by step the right way, and just knowing with certainty and having the belief in the system, this works. Just stick to it. And you're going to get to a point when your site starts getting phone calls now you know you have the asset because someone out there will want them. And I'm actually going to email you a video link after we get off with this call with it's actually an overview. Once a student is up to a certain part, I usually send this link to them where it goes over how we're getting some of our prospects right now. And we only keep it within our group and with our students, but it works really well, especially when the phone is ringing. We are finding people who want to buy leads and we're able to get on the phone with them. And it's just a much easier, higher conversion for us when they see what we have. So I'm going to share that also, that link with you. But I just wanted to jump on this call because of your post that you made in the Facebook group. And I love any students that's having success and they're posting in there because it inspires other people. It motivates them, letting them know that the system does work. And not only that, having the right mindset and belief. And I can tell you're a go-getter. I could see what all the stuff you're working on and stuff. And I know you have a few websites now that you're building out, right?
Yes.
Or that are built out. So in about 6 months to a year, where do you see yourself? What are you trying to do in 6 months to a year?
6 months to a year, my goal is to, because actually what happened is like with the success that I had with the Fast Rank and Rent website, my best friend, he decided that he wants to work with me too, right?
Okay.
So I've decided to bring him on board. And now we're going to create an agency whereby we strictly do rank and rent, and we'll be offering other services. So now with that in play, moving forward to six months from here, we plan on, we haven't decided yet, but based on the results that I've seen, I think we plan on just taking on one niche for now. We'll just focus on the one niche, the one that I've already gotten results on. And then from there, we'll move forward and just kind of acquire more clients in different cities.
Yeah. So a big master site, that's what we call that, and just build out different city locations and acquire and master that one niche.
Yes, exactly. And we also know in terms of the money, like the money is just a result of the positive energy you give out, right? Let's say if you start getting a lot of calls and then you give it to a business owners, they'll be willing to pay you. So right now, for the next 6 months, we are focusing more on the mindset and being able to just perfect the training that you've given us, creating our own sites as well as trying to get clients on board so that we can prove that this system works and these are the results we're getting. And then moving on after the 6 months or after a year from now, that's when we plan to really take it to the next level and just kind of dominate.
That's great, man. I mean, really hats off to you, though, with all the success you're having. And I love seeing people take massive action, having the right mindset. And I don't want to keep you on too long. I know you have a newborn to go tend to. So,
yes.
You know, we'll get off on this. But I really appreciate you jumping on and sharing your success. And I hope in a few months from now, we could jump back on and you could give me more success stories. And definitely keep posting in the group because anyone that, and I'm going to share this video in the group as well for inspiration. Yeah. So anyone that's watching this that's not in our group or soon will be in the group, they'll see this. And definitely Felix is someone that you can reach out to if he doesn't mind. Again, don't bombard him with messages, but he has a good mindset. I see him getting things done. And that is the biggest thing with anything, is getting the things done and being motivated. And you said something really key is, it's not just the money, because there's plenty of money out there, but perfecting the skill that's actually going to turn into money. That is really it. And you're right. Not only can you do rank and rent, but I also have clients that just pay me to do the service that we do on their own websites, and they'll be happy to pay you if you can get them results. That's the key. Once they're ranking, we know the phone starts ringing. So once they get that result, they'll keep paying you. So Felix, is there anything else you'd like to leave off on?
Yes, two things. Actually, there's another client too that I'm working with right now.
Okay.
And I'm basically using the same principle. So they said they wanted me to rank my own website too. So now I started ranking my website, and I just told them I'll rank that website for free as well. So now that means I already have two clients who okay, the other one is already paying. The other one is going to start paying me in a month. So basically, I'm getting this other website in a different city to kind of rank. And this client, he has a lot of business owners who are friends of his. So he said, once I get this ranking, he's going to refer me to his other friends, right? And this is the beauty of the system that you have. Like once you have one client, you do a good job, it's just going to be a lot more easy to get other clients on board because they require you, right? Yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to say. And then the last one is just really, I wanted to thank you, James, for this training, right? For me, I think it was the missing link to be able to take me to the next level and just to the success. Yeah. So I'm really
That's
grateful
awesome,
for
and
that.
I appreciate those kind words, but it's not me, it's you, man. You know, listen, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to do this. You know, I'm not the most technical person. When people say, oh, it comes down to having the right mindset. And you have that, right? So it's all on you. You're going through the training's there, but you. And this is why it's so important for other students that are in there to see, you know, you can't have, there's too many mental blocks. You know, I get a lot of messages from students or from people who are on the, you know, edge, like they're not sure what they're going to start, what kind of business they want to start. And they have a lot of questions and really a lot of fear. You know, there's a lot of fear in their mindset where they're like, but what if this doesn't work? What if this happens, right? All those, that's the difference. That's what's going to make and break a lot of us is, are we willing to have the right mindset to just keep pushing forward? And when there's momentum, ride that momentum. Like right now you have momentum. That's why I can't wait in 6 months from now to jump on another call with you, Felix, and be like, so where are we at now?
Yeah, I look forward to that. It will be an honor to chat with you again because I'm so grateful for everything you've done.
Well, thank you for your time, Felix, and go enjoy your family. Happy holidays.
Yeah, thank you, James. And yeah, if anybody has any questions and any help, I can definitely share some ideas or anything that I can. Yeah, so.
I appreciate that, Felix. Have a good one.
Thanks, James. You too.